incoming call, so I'm not too sure what happened. But I was saying at the beginning, Grand Rising, and obviously I'm going to save this video, so for anyone that misses this bit, you'll hear it on the replay. And then I also mentioned I'm happy to answer any questions that anyone leaves. I also put a box at the bottom, not I'll input a text at the bottom to say I will answer any questions that you have. If you have any questions, ask away. I'm just going to wait for a little bit to see if more people join, and then I'll get the ball rolling. Already this rising, I have gone to the shop every morning, every rising. I like to go to the local market and just pick the foods that I'm going to have for the day, as opposed to bulk buying. I don't know, it's like my ritual, my rising ritual that I have to do. It's just a whole thing. It's like yeah, I love it. Grand Rising. Hopefully this shares it out to most of the people that are following, because most of the stuff that I share these days doesn't really get the reach. But I'm sure I'm not the only person with that problem. Because I have 14% left on my battery, I'm just gonna go through the topic of discussion, which is mind your mind, being mindful of your mind. And I think when you are able to have a self-awareness, it's easier to be able to like navigate and move forward, specifically in terms of like detoxification, or any sort of like cleanse, or even if you have goals in life that you want to kind of accomplish and achieve. Sometimes we can put a whole timeline on these things, and sometimes you just have to surrender and just allow the universe and allow your journey and your path to kind of unfold the way it's meant to. I think that when we kind of put time and optimal results at the forefront, and this is what you want to do and this is what you want to get, I think you can kind of lose your trail, and you can it kind of becomes more of a focus driven thing, as opposed to enjoying the journey and embracing the journey as you go along, because you're gonna miss out on all these great amazing moments. And remember, like, these moments are just blips in your journey, and I think it's important just to allow yourself, even journaling along your journey, taking each day as it comes, because you could be here today, gone tomorrow. And I think sometimes we get lost in the loop of like the next best thing. And I think there's such beauty in being able to be present in those moments, and it's not an easy thing to do, but I think sometimes if you're able to get to that part, and that like having that mindset, and not everyone will, and that's just the reality of it, but if you are able to, then I think it's just a beautiful thing, that can be shared as well. Like, and I think when you embody that, and I think when you are able to be the example, people naturally want to ask questions, and they see you, maybe they see you happy, or maybe they see you glowing, and you just doing what you're doing, and you're accepting people for who they are. It goes a long way. I remember very early on in my plant-based journey, when I first came in touch with like all this plant-based information, and I was telling my family and telling my friends, you can't eat this stuff. And I think over time, especially over time, I've learned to just be an example, and just doing what I'm doing. And to be honest with you, I think I've had so much more people reaching out to me by just being the example and just like minding my own business, that people automatically are invested and want to be a part of that business. So yeah, it's a beautiful journey. It's a beautiful journey, just being able to be super observant and just being mindful of everything that you're doing, and taking that time away and being being by yourself as well. I think you know it's not being selfish, but I think we have to take ownership of of ourselves, and be super invested in ourselves, not in a what would you say, like nothing else matters or nothing else cares. But if you're always showing up for other people, then when you're in need and when you're in help, like, how can you help yourself? If you can't help yourself, how can you help other people? How can you put all that energy in other things when you're not even putting it in yourself? And the universe is an amazing thing that you'll go through life and have these examples, and of things that you need to work on. And sometimes we don't we don't see it for what it actually is, but we don't take the accountability and realize that there's any lessons to be learned. I always say, like, especially to the people around me, that I'll forever be a student. I'm especially in this field of like juicing and detoxing, and like the lifestyle that I live. And I don't claim to know it all, and I've still got so much more to learn. And it's so funny because, like, even when I first started to what I know now, like, I know so much more, and that's just through my own personal experience. Even just like reading as well, and like, I don't take everything as gold. I'll do a lot of research, and I'll always experiment on myself before I even tell anyone to do anything. um but yeah, I just wanted to leave a little short message here, and yeah, more videos to come. If you have any messages, reach out to me. I am going to put a new tab on my Linktree account, which is the link on my bio, and it's going to be a free 15-minute call. And that 15-minute call is basically just to establish, like, maybe like what you what you're going through, and seeing if we can work together. I have programs, I have plans, I work with people that are serious about detoxifying